Hello everyone, a very pleasant day to you. President Tinubu appoints Rotimi Oyedepo as Public Prosecutions Director. King Charles III appoints Minister of Finance Coordinating Economy Edun as Commander of Royal Victorian Order. And heavy police presence in Sydney for New Year celebrations after Bondi attack. A very good day to you and welcome to Impact News Hour on Fastness News Port Harcourt. I am Becky Osoro. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has approved the redeployment of Rotimi Oyedepo from Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to the mainstream Federal Civil Service as Director of Public Prosecutions (DPP) in the Federal Ministry of Justice. In a statement by Omalabaki Mafe on behalf of Chairman of Federal Civil Service Commission, stated that Oyedepo's appointment was made in the public interest. According to the statement by State House Director, Oyedepo as DPP will fill the vacancy occasioned by the retirement of Abubakar Babadoko, who will attain the mandatory 8 years as a director on December 31, 2025. Oyedepo, a 2007 law graduate from the University of Ilorin, who attended the law school in 2008, is expected to deploy his expertise to reduce reliance on external counsel for critical prosecutions and to ensure greater coherence and consistency in federal government legal strategies. Before these appointments, Oyedepo worked at EFCC for over 15 years, specializing in the prosecution of complex economic and financial crimes. He also served as head of the monitoring unit and was named the EFCC Outstanding Staff of the Year in 2014, as well as the Best Financial Crimes Prosecutor in 2019. Away from that story, in another development, President Tinubu has congratulated the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Wale Edun, on his appointment to the Royal Victorian Order by His Majesty King Charles III. He appointed Edun as Commander of the Royal Victorian Order (CVO) in recognition of his long-standing work with the Duke of Edinburgh's International Award. The Duke of Edinburgh's International Award is a global youth development program that supports young people worldwide in building character, skills, and leadership. President Tinubu, in a statement by his advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, welcomed the exceptional honor bestowed on the minister, a pivotal member of his cabinet, and acknowledged that the recognition aligned with the priority his administration placed on youth empowerment, opportunity, and national renewal. The president commended Edun's industry and dedication and reaffirmed his administration's commitment to developing Nigerians' youth as the leaders of today and tomorrow. Moving on, Gombe State Governor Muhammadu Yaya has appointed Dr. Usman Arabi, General Manager, Public Affairs Department of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, (NEC), as Chairman of the Gombe State Electricity Regulatory Commission. The approval was convened by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Ibrahim Njodi, following the Governor's assent to the bills establishing the two commissions, thereby granting them full legal backing to commence operations. According to the Governor, the move was a part of efforts to strengthen regulation, drive innovation, and deepen economic transformation in the state, adding the statement added that Dr. Al-Amin Umar Barambu has also been appointed Chairman of the Gombe State Information Technology and Digital Economy Commission. The development followed the establishment of the Gombe State Electricity Regulatory Commission and the Gombe State Information Technology and Digital Economy Commission. The Governor noted that both appointees bring vast and relevant expertise required to effectively drive the mandates of the newly established commissions. Moving on, the Nigerian Communication Commission (NCC) has warned that the widespread use of smartphones, computers, and internet-based services in daily life has significantly increased exposure to risks such as phishing, online scams, malware, and identity theft. It's warned that cyber criminals often take advantage of human mistakes, noting that a single careless click could lead to the loss of personal data, financial resources, or even compromise critical digital systems. The regulator has therefore intensified its drive for a safer internet usage with the release of a detailed A to Z cybersecurity guide designed to help telecommunications consumers better protect themselves against rising cyber threats. The initiative reflects the Commission's renewed emphasis on equipping individuals with practical digital safety skills rather than depending solely on regulations on telecom service providers to address cybersecurity challenges. According to the Commission, the newly released A to Z tips are part of its broader consumer education and sensitization efforts aimed at promoting good cyber hygiene nationwide. The Commission also highlighted the role of its Computer Security Incident Response Team, NCC, to CSIRT, which handles cyber incidents and works closely with industry's stakeholders. Moving on, Nigeria has recorded a major medical milestone as the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC) granted regulatory approval for the TOMI robotic surgical system, making the country the first in West Africa to clear a robotic surgery platform for clinical use. The approval confirmed the safety and efficacy of robotic system for Nigerian patients and opened access to advanced surgical care for more than 400 million people across the sub-region. The development marked a significant leap in Nigeria's healthcare technology landscape and placed the country at the forefront of surgical innovation in Africa. The approval followed the successful completion of West Africa's first robotic surgeries carried out at Nisa Premier Hospital, Abuja, by the Chief Executive Officer, Robom, Dr. Obi Ekwena. The two patients involved in the procedures were discharged within 12 and 48 hours, respectively, a recovery period significantly shorter than what was typical with traditional open surgery. Ekwena said the clearance reflected the rigor of NAFDAC's evaluation process and reassured patients of the system's safety. Reacting to the approval, First Vice President of Microport Overseas Business, Dr. Altujejin, described the development as a milestone not just for Nigeria, but for healthcare delivery across emerging markets. Moving on, Commissioner for Insurance and Chief Executive National Insurance Commission, Olusegun Omosheyin, has declared July 30, 2026 deadline for the recapitalization of insurance companies remained sacrosanct, adding that no extension will be granted. He spoke at the opening of a seminar for insurance, said the Commission was yet to verify that any insurance company had fully complied with the recapitalization requirement, partly because their capital valuation had not been verified. He said amending the deadline will amount to a breach of the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act 2025, which gave impetus for the new capital requirements. Represented by Deputy Commissioner for Insurance Technical, Dr. Usman Jankara, the Commissioner said no firm could be adjourned to have met the new recapitalization threshold until its compliance claims have been duly assessed, as stipulated in NIRA. The Commissioner also said under his watch, NICOM had pursued reforms that balance prudential oversight with innovation and market growth, leading to stronger supervision for sustainable growth, adoption of risk-based supervision and capital requirements, focus on high-risk institutions, and promotion of risk-informed decision-making. He said through improved market conduct and faster redress, NICOM has enhanced transparency, fair sales practices, quicker claim settlement, and zero tolerance for non-payment of genuine claims. Moving on, suspected bandits have attacked the parish house of St. Rita Catholic Church in Unity Estates, Maraba, Nasarawa State, leaving 2 Catholic priests injured. The attack occurred when armed assailants stormed the parish residence, while 2 priests were assaulted and sustained serious injuries. The parish priests narrowly escaped the attack. The victims were identified as Reverend Father Comas Baye, the resident priest and cadets of the Knights of St. John International and KSJI, and Reverend Father Chris Piva, a visiting priest and former assistant priest of the parish. Following the attack, both priests were rushed to Nativity Catholic Hospital in Jikwoyi, Abuja, for emergency treatment. Father Baye reportedly suffered complications, including a partial stroke, while Father Piva sustained multiple injuries, notably a fracture to his left arm, and which he underwent a successful surgical implant procedure. Hospital resources confirmed that both priests are currently in stable condition and responding to treatment. We now move on to the foreign scene. Sydney in Australia has welcomed 2026 with a spectacular fireworks display. Thousands of heavily armed police officers are patrolling the streets of Sydney as people mark the New Year, a rare and star sight in Australia following the Bondi Beach mass shooting. Some officers were authorized to carry high-grade weapons as part of heightened security measures. Official New Year's Eve parties were paused for a minute silence to commemorate the victims of the attack, while the Sydney Harbour Bridge was lit up by a white light to symbolize peace. New South Wales Police said more than 2,500 officers will be on duty across the city. That's all on the news this hour. I am Becky Usora. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.